Bob Kelly mentioned the Patriots defense, as long as they play the way that they have been playing. DK Metcalf and JSN combined for 22 catches, 250 yards, and a touchdown. How concerned are you about this fucking defense? Because I'm very concerned.
Oh, Geno was out there looking like Warren Moon. Unbelievable. I mean, but even with the numbers,
still 123 points though.
No facts. No, but I'm saying, but it's just like the biggest. I mean, the biggest play obviously was the Metcalf, touchdown. So that was the biggest play of the game for them offensively. But it's the flip side, right? We didn't have the passing game. They had no running game. So you know for sure they're throwing it because Kenny Walker, who I was high on coming out of Michigan State a few years back, he was out for Sunday's game. So they wasn't really running it. So you let Geno just sit back there, get comfortable, get some clam chowder, go to Red Robin, go say what's to Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, they have no pass rush.
And just throw for all over the parking lot. So I just, to me, it was wild to see. But then again, that's why they got Jayson from Ohio State. That's why they got him, because he's going to be Tyler Lockett's replacement when he leaves. But then obviously Metcalf is a man amongst boys. Do the special. There's no other way to say it. Also someone that should have been here or could have been here 2019, but that's another day, time for another day. But yeah, it's wild to me that you let Geno come in here and throw for 344 or 327, whatever it was. But either way, it was over 300 yards. It was insane that he looked that good. But like I say, he's been on a redemption tour since he got to Seattle. So, funny what could have been.
So you say, Bobby, as long as the defense plays the way that it does, Geno Smith was 33 of 44 for 327 yards and a touchdown with no interceptions. Does that reek of a good defensive performance to you?
They held what was the run game?
46 yards.
So they held the run to 46 yards.
So about 20 more yards than Jacoby Brissett had in the second half.
So imagine that. That's oh my God. Oh. So once again, you can't even
he's still wearing this game the entire time.
Right, but the reason that we weren't, like, you're going to say it was a blocked field goal, and you're not wrong, but it's really the blown coverage, isn't it?
Yeah. JSN was open the entire game.
And how do you not have safety help for Christian Gonzalez on DK Metcalf in that situation?
It did. They blew the coverage.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, I mean, obviously, and I actually shout out to Duggar for being accountable and said it was on him. He easily could have said something different, but I appreciate him, stepping up and taking that blame there. But yeah, I mean, listen, DK Metcalf is special, so like I said, it was going to be tough to stop him anyways. But it just looked so bad. Well, it was like they was about to collide. It's like you and like collide, like that's what it looked like. It was out of control. It's like, damn, like this makes us look foolish.
And another blow was dealt to the Patriots on defense. Ja'Whaun Bentley tears his pec. He's out for the year. This comes at a time when obviously we're down Christian Barmore.
Trade Matthew Judon.
Yeah, we traded Judon.
No one left.
Yeah, so like realistically, Bobby, because you were just recently in a situation like this, right? Like it's different personnel, but Diggs went down for you. And the season was obviously different last year when that happened. That was last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much faith do you have, as just an observer that this defense can, rally together and band-aid it up, knowing that the architect of the defense over the last 24 years is not walking through that door?
Not very much. There's no one left. Who's even left? I can't even name a defensive lineman on the Patriots right now.
You can't.
I literally can't do it. So,
come on. I don't think I can do it either. That sucks.
Yeah, what you got? You got Dietrich Wise. That's it, right?
Yeah, Dietrich Wise.
Dietrich Wise. That's it.
Okay. Yeah,
that's about it.
Keon White, is he a lineman or a linebacker? What do you want to call him?
He's more of a hybrid. He's a man. Like let's put that out there. Like that man has arrived. Like, so whatever.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Because I'm like, once again, but to his credit, we've always said finding defensive talent wasn't the issue. It's just you couldn't find much outside of a running back on offense. So cool.
Tight end students.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But it's just man. But Keon White, that brother is special, and we all know he would have been gone in 2 years had had Bill still been here, because he would have been like, "Hey, you're playing too well, buddy. I'm not paying you." And he probably would have traded him to y'all, Bobby. He would trade y'all down to Dallas.
Oh, can you imagine him?
Can you imagine that? Oh,
and Micah.
Micah, Jesus.
So,
Great.
Bobby, I'm just a little confused. How do you go from saying if the defense can play the way that it has, that they're going to surpass expectations?
I forgot about Bentley being out.
I was going to say, then in the next sentence, say, you know what? Fuck it. They definitely can't hold this together.
Yeah, the injuries have really piled up for him.
But this is where, so obviously, Mayo is in his first year. Covington, who has been there since 2017, is now been thrusted into that coordinator role. So, I mean, my thing is, I'm sure they're probably racking their brains trying to figure out what's next, but it's like, yo, take on this challenge, because now it's like you're gonna have to be a little more you have to be better schematically, you're gonna have to be better with the discipline, you have to be better with a lot of different things. So I'm intrigued to see what they do, not just tomorrow night as we record on Wednesday, but it's what they do for the rest of the season, because like I said, Bentley's out for the year, which that seems to be the reports that's been out. How do they scheme up the rest of that defense? How do they, is this the rise of Marte Mappel, who, we haven't heard much since he came out of Sacramento State a few years back? Who becomes that person? I don't know if Anthony Jennings from Alabama is on the team or not. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But he is. Okay, so It's like, do you finally become something? Like, 'cause it's just like, he's also been he's just been a darker shade Chase Winovich. He hasn't done shit. He hasn't done anything. So something needs to give. Something's got to happen.
All right, pull us off the ledge, Bobby. Who?
Right.
What
please.
are the bright?
Please.
What are the? I'm not going there. What are the bright spots of this game that we should be talking more about?
The fact that you were a block field goal away from beating a team that's 2-0 right now.
Well, and a 54-yard fucking bomb. So yeah, 2 big plays away.
With 2 big plays and a pass interference that was questionable in overtime.
Oh, Dr. Jones, yeah.
You think that was questionable?
It was somewhat questionable.
Everybody doesn't get that call. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that once again, because those are listening, you know what I'm talking about. Not every team gets that call, and we're no longer in that position to not get that call, but other teams are.
No, it's you guys say the sky is falling here, but my team lost 42-17 this week.
Oh, they scored on every offensive possession. Like every offensive possession. I can't even put that on y'all. They scored on every time they've gotten the ball, regardless they've scored. It's insane. That's crazy.
So don't worry. It was a bad loss because they had it, but it was not a bad loss because they had it, if that makes sense.
It doesn't, but I knew that you know that it doesn't make sense either.
It does make sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Right. What?
Go ahead.
What do you think about Antonio Gibson? Is he everything that you wanted out of a backup back?
Well, I mean, I thought that he was good in Washington, so I didn't know what he would be here. Because once again, I think that surprisingly, despite what you thought he was going to be here, it's about Zeke. I thought Zeke had a pretty good year here, last year. So I was hoping that Antonio Gibson could be at least that, if not a little bit more. Running wise, he definitely is more. We'll see how he is coming out the backfield as far as catching passes, because I thought Zeke was pretty good at that as well. But yeah, that 45-yard run, like, to me, that in years past, that would have sealed the deal, right? Like in years past, that would have sealed the deal. They would have found a way to either punch it in or get the 3 points, and then it'd have been ball game, right? But yeah, he contributed. Once again, Ramondre was great again on Sunday as well. So once again, if you're getting 120 to 150 for them guys on a regular basis, it goes back to 2020. It looks like the 2020 offense again, where they were top 5 in rushing. They're well on their way to being a top 5 rushing attack in the NFL. So that part has me excited, but there's just some things discipline-wise they have to clean up in order to at the least be competitive, not just for the right now, but going forward. But they have things to build off of from Sunday. For sure. It's just a matter of, is it going to be something that comes to fruition, in week 3? in the weeks to come.
Do you think Cam Newton has a better arm than Jacoby Brissett?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bobby?
No. Cam
Really?
Cam Newton's arm is jelly, bro. That thing is jelly.
If Cam Newton is jelly, what's that, jam? I what? Come
They're
on.
equal.
Come on, Bobby.
Equal.
Come on, Bobby. You know too much to make a statement like that. You know that man.
I'm just putting it out there that in 2020, even with inflation, we paid Cam Newton $1.3 million to be a starting quarterback, and we're paying Jacoby Brissett $8.5 million.
Oh, but no,
but
to your point, Mike. And once again, I mean, he ended up getting hurt, so we don't know what would happen here. But it's Russ, you had him for the free. Robert Kraft, that's all you do. That's all you do is bring in people for the loan. Shout out to Rick Ross. Get it for the loan. This is what you do. So you couldn't bring him in? You want to give a guy that won 2 games during the Deflategate $8.5 million? What? Like it's worse than what I imagined, right? Because once again, you try to talk yourself into it, like, man, like maybe if he could be what Geno.
I don't think he's that bad. You guys,
stop,
Bobby.
What 149, bro? No, wait, hold on, Mike. Sorry, God. Once again, Bobby, I love you, brother. I love you. You're my guy. I love you. If Dakota Rain Prescott threw for 149. You would rip him to shreds on the show. Yes or no?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay.
And context also matters, though. This is this will heighten Ray's point to Bobby. His 149 was his makeup game after throwing 127.
The joke. So in 2 weeks, you throw for 276 yards.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
Completing
61.
No, I think he's at 58% of his passes.
58%. So you can't even get to 60.
That's pretty well. His other ones they're more than 5 yards out. But you're sounding pretty negative on Jacoby, which listen, I'm here for.
But
as a team overall, just remember when we did our predictions for the Patriots, you had their first win coming, I think, in like week 6.
No, facts.
So are they better than you thought they were going to be?
So
or are the other teams worse?
No, I think they're a little bit better than what I won't say we. I'll put out what I thought they were going to be. Once again, they can still very much have a terrible record, and we'll see as the season unfolds. But yeah, I think from a defensive standpoint, they're better. I mean, granted, we saw what happened Sunday, but it's like, once again, when you deal with that type of guy, once again, Chase could have easily got 150 on us had he been in camp, and so that happens, right? So I don't want to take away from what they did there, but like you said week 1 is always the weirdest week of the year outside of week 17. So I get that. But yeah, they've been coached up better than I thought they would be. The running game is better than I thought it was going to be. The blocking has been, like I said, a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. Once again, we're not saying they're, 90s Cowboys like Larry Allen's not walking through that fucking door, rest in peace. But it's just like, I'll take what they've done so far. Because once again, he hasn't been on his back 5, 6, 7, 8 times like we was expecting him to be. Because getting pressure and being on your back is for everything. So yep. I just once again, they've been coached better because I think they were more physical during training camp, which is something that's a lost art in the NFL nowadays during practice. They don't hit as hard. So I think doing that has prepared them for the physical aspect of coming into the regular season. So, kudos to them for that. But, they still have some things they have to fine tune, and hopefully they do as the season wins.
So, Bobby, when we were doing the prediction show, you laughed out loud. It's on. You go back, listen to it in the show notes. You laughed out loud when I said that I think this team could win 5 games. You said there's no way that they're going to win more than 3. Are they? Are they better than you thought that they would be at this point?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they're like we said, they're a couple plays away from being 2-0, and this being a completely different podcast. I mean,
would they have made your power rankings if they were 2-0?
No, they would have been. They would have been honorable mention. They would have been honorable.
I love it.
Oh, I listened and just took so many notes. How many shots that were just taken at me last night? It was just great. It's like I was there. It's like I was there, honestly. Which I love.